الله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا السماء انشقت وأذنت لربها وحقت وإذا الأرض مدت وألقت ما فيها وتخلت وأذنت لربها وحقت يا أيها الإنسان إنك كادح إلى ربك كدحا فملاقيه فأما من أوتي كتابه بيمينه فسوف يحاسب حسابا يسيرا وينقلب إلى أهله مسرورا وأما من أوتي كتابه وراء ظهره فسوف يدعو ثبورا ويصلى سعيرا إنه كان في أهله مسرورا إنه ظن أن لن يحور بلى إن ربه كان به بصيرا. My dear respected brothers and elders and listeners, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Last week we began the Tafseer of Surah Inshiqaaq, and we talked about in the beginning how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has illustrated the Qiyamah ka jo manzar hai Allah ta'ala ne samne rakha, कि what will happen to the heavens and the earth and how they will be ripped apart and Qiyamah will take place. फिर वो आखिरी आयत जो हमने पिछले हफ्ते किया था कि या अय्युहल इंसानु इन्नका कादिहुन, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us कि all of mankind they are all यानी इनकी सिफत है कादिहुन, वो मेहनत मुशक्कत करने वाली है. So mankind as an innate quality, they are always striving and making effort, but they are always making effort towards something. فَمُلَاقِي, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala फरमाते हैं कि they will see the outcome of that. What is the outcome? This is what today's passage is going to discuss. कि इसमें you have two groups. The first group is those they made effort, they struggled, they strived in the dunya. On the day of Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says فَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ. बस बहरहाल वो लोग जिनको अपने नामे अमाल दाएं हाथ में दिया गया. So those people who their book of deeds is given to them in their right hand. This is the first group of people. فَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala फरमाते हैं इनके बारे में فَسَوْفَ يُحَاسَبُ حِسَابًا يَسِيرًا. बस अनकरीब उनको यानी आसान हिसाब उनका लिया जाएगा, उनका हिसाब लिया जाएगा, आसान हिसाब. युहासबु हिसाब लेना, और फिर हिसाब यसीरा. Allah is describing that there will be the reckoning will happen and it will be an easy reckoning. अब इसका क्या मतलब? Now when this ayat was revealed or when it was recited, Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha उन्होंने आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम से ये सवाल किया कि अब ये आयत में है कि युहासबु हिसाब यसीरा, लेकिन in other places there is that every single person they will stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, सबको हिसाब देना होगा. तो ये how is this working? What is हिसाब यसीरा? एक और हदीस में भी आता है कि हज़रत आयशा रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हा फरमाती हैं कि मैं सुनती थी कि बाज़ मरतबा रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम नमाज में ये दुआ किया करते थे कि अल्लाहुम्मा हासिबनी हिसाबन यसीरा. ये दुआ हम सबको याद करनी चाहिए कि she says that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to mention this dua in many of his namaz. What this means is नमाज के आखिर में जब हम at-tahiyat, दुरूद शरीफ, after this we do the dua. Now we read Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi, or we read Rabbi ja'alni muqimus salati, etc. We read these in our namaz. जो हमारी सुन्नत नमाज है, नफल नमाज है, we can read extra duas as well. And this is one of those du'as which is mentioned कि Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to read this dua. We should learn this dua. We should make a habit of reading this dua. कि Allahumma hasibni hisaban yasira. 4 लफ्ज़ हैं सिर्फ. If you repeat after me, Allahumma hasibni hisaban yasira. कि ए Allah, O Allah, do my reckoning, मेरी हिसाब कर, हिसाबन यसीरा, an easy reckoning. Exactly what is being mentioned here. فَسَوْفَ يُحَاسَبُ حِسَابًا يَسِيرًا. We are asking for this exact thing in the dua. तो ये जब हज़रत आयशा रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हा सुने तो उन्होंने रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम से पूछा कि ये मल हिसाबुन यसीर, ये हिसाबन यसीर क्या मतलब, ये क्या चीज़ है? तो आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया कि ये है कि अन युनज़र फ़ी किताबिही फ़यतजावज़ लहु अन्हु. जैसे हम जाते हैं ना, इमिग्रेशन में जाते हैं, and some people you are taken to a side and they do a full history check. बाज़ मरतबा सुना है, मुफ्ती साहब से सुना है, कई लोगों से सुना है कि जाते हैं फ़लस्तीन, जाते हैं मस्जिद अक्सा जाते हैं, and many people get taken to a side immigration, बस उनको तंग करने के लिए वो ले जाते हैं एक साइड पे and पूरा छानबीन करते हैं जी आप क्यों आए हो, किधर से आए हो, किसके साथ आए हो, why are you here, all of this, so asking all these questions. Why? Just तंग करने के लिए. अब बाज़ ऐसे होते हैं वो देखते हैं बस वो जो सरसरी तौर पर just look over it, glance over it and then चलो ठीक है you can go. तो यही आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया ये जो है ना कि बस सरसरी तौर पे ऊपर से देख लिया बस ठीक है चले जाओ, ये है हिसाब यसीरा. तो फिर the opposite to that कि इन्नहु मन नूकिशा यौमइदिन हलका. The opposite to this is that person, if he is taken to the side and if he is doing a proper detailed reckoning, a full hisab kitab is done of him, bas wo halak ho gaya. That is his hisab. In the other hadith it mentions man husiba yawm al-qiyamati uzziba. The one whose hisab is done on the day of Qiyamah, yani whose proper hisab, uska naqsh every single moment of his life. Okay, on this date, on the 1st of January 2010, you became baligh. On that day, your Fajr namaz, where was your Fajr namaz? From this moment, every single moment of his life is questionable. Who is going to be able to answer for each and every second of his life? So that person, if it has been decided that his hisab will be done like this, already, wo halak ho gaya. Usko azab milne wala hai. This is his outcome. Lekin hisab yasira is for the believers. Ki unko daya haath mein naam-e amal mil gaya. This is their first sign of their glad tiding that they received their book of deeds in their right hand. Now after this, they are having hisab yasira. Yani without any detailed investigation, any detailed looking into their matter, they are being passed, they say, that's it, you can go now. And the next thing, the next ayat, it says, وَيَنْقَلِبُ إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا. और वो लौटेंगे उनके घर वालों के पास मसरूरा, यानी in a happy way. They will return to their family. So ينقلب إلى أهله. Ahl means family. They will return to their family masrura, in a state of happiness. Now what does this refer to? Who does this refer to? The Mufassirin have mentioned a number of things here. Some of the Mufassirin say कि إلى أهله refers to जब वो अब उसकी हिसाब होगी, वो निकल गया आगे, अब जब वो जन्नत में दाखिल होगा उसके अहल, that will be the hurain. The hurs of Jannat will be his family. So he will go to them in a state of happiness. But other Mufassirin, they state that no, this is referring back to his family of the dunya, that after he receives this, he will meet with his family of the dunya and he will be happy. Jaise ki dunya mein, if a person he achieves something, he gets some great good news, सबसे पहले किधर जाता है? सबसे पहले अपने घर वालों के पास जाते हैं, घर वालों को बताता है. He goes home first and tells his own family, he tells his wife and children first, that such and such has happened, I have achieved such a achievement, or I've done something good. He tells his family first in a happy state. So similar, this is saying on the day of Qiyamah, this will always also be the state that he will return to his family in this happy state. So وَيَنْقَلِبُ إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا. This will be the situation of those people, the people of Jannat, the people who will have done, going back to the ayat from last week, Kadihun, who did the mehnat, who did the right mehnat, mushakkat for the akhirat. For them, this will be the outcome, that they will receive the book of deeds in their right hand. They will have the easy hisab without real reckoning, without investigation, and they will return to their family members in happiness. And obviously, there's lots and lots of other surahs in the Quran, ayats in the Quran, which go into lots and lots of detail about this, about the state of the day of Qiyamah. We're going to be doing that in the next few surahs as well, inshallah. But the next part now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing the second group, दूसरी जमात, कि وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ وَرَاءَ ظَهْرِهِ. और बहरहाल वो लोग जिनको किताब दिया गया पीठ पीछे, from behind their back, they have been given the book of deeds from behind their back. And it goes in another ayat, it says وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِشِمَالِهِ. So وَرَاءَ ظَهْرِهِ and بِشِمَالِهِ is not a contradiction. It will be through the back of the individual and will be given into the left hand. And in one place it even mentions the reason why they will be given like this, कि पीठ पीछे क्यों दिया जाएगा? Why will it be from behind the back? कि the angels will not even want to look at the face of that person. They will just come from behind his back and give the book of deeds through behind his back into his left hand, and that is it. Because that person will be that disliked by the angels that they will not even want to see his face. Of these people, what will be their situation on the day of Qiyamah? The moment they receive that book of deeds through the back in the left hands, فَسَوْفَ يَدْعُوا ثُبُورًا. बस अनकरीब वो यानी मौत को पुकारेंगे. Yad'u, they will be crying for, they will be shouting for. Thubura, thubura ka matlab yani halakat, maut. They will be crying for death at that time. Oh, I wish we could die and we could finish right now. Hanaki, what will be the situation on the day of Qiyamah? Ki khud maut ko maut aayegi Qiyamah ke roz. On the day of Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring death in the form of a ram, will come and be presented on the day of Qiyamah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will slaughter this ram, that this now death is finished. There is no death. It is forever. O you of Jannat, you enter into Jannat forever and ever. And you who are going to Jahannam as well, this is forever and ever. فَسَوْفَ يَدْعُوا ثُبُورًا, they will be crying, they will be wanting death, but there will be no death for them. We mentioned in the previous surahs as well, even the skin, when their azab is given, the skin will be renewed for them again and again, so that they feel the punishment and feel the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the beginning again and again. وَيَصْلَى سَعِيرًا, and مُدَاخِلْ هُنْگے, they will enter into the blazing fire. إِنَّهُ كَانَ فِي أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا. So this will be the situation of these people. They receive their book of deeds in their left hand through the back, and they will be crying for death, and they will be entered into fire of Jahannam. But now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions something here, कि إِنَّهُ كَانَ فِي أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا. वहाँ जन्नत वालों के बारे में फरमाया कि وَيَنْقَلِبُ إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا, कि they will return to their family members in this state of happiness. लेकिन इनके बारे में फरमाया कि إِنَّهُ كَانَ فِي أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا, यानी दुनिया में वो अपने अहल में खुशी खुशी रहते थे. In the world, in their worldly life, they used to stay with their family members in a state of happiness, meaning in a state of comfort, in a state of luxury, with no real thought of any future life. إِنَّهُ ظَنَّ أَن لَن يَهُورَ, they would वो गुमान करते थे कि वो हरगिज़ नहीं लौटेंगे, यानी अल्लाह की तरफ हरगिज़ नहीं लौटेंगे. जो पहले फरमाया गया, या अय्युहल इंसानु इन्नका कादिहुन इला रब्बिका कदहन फमुलाकी, that you will meet your Rabb. They didn't believe in this. They used to stay with their family members, they enjoyed their worldly life, and they had no expectation, and they were convinced that they are not going to have to return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give any kind of account. إِنَّهُ ظَنَّ أَن لَن يَهُورَ. And this is a contrast with the people of Jannat. In Surah Tur, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions कि जन्नत वालों आपस में जो है ना वो गुफ्तगू करेंगे. They will talk to each other. So full Ruku is talking lots of detail about Jannat, and he talks about the people of Jannat, they will have this conversation with each other, and they will say, إِنَّا كُنَّا قَبْلُ فِي أَهْلِنَا مُشْفِقِينَ, कि when we used to be with our family members in the dunya, we used to be with them, लेकिन हम ये खौफ की हालत में होते थे. We always used to be fearful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yani they used to be always conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, they were with their family members, they were spending time with them, fulfilling the needs of the dunya, लेकिन हमेशा मुशफिकीन, they were always fearful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, always aware and conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. वो ghafil नहीं थे. They were not in this state of being unaware or forgotten about the akhirat. And this is the thing, what we have to understand is the comforts and the luxuries of the dunya. This is the thing that makes a person ghafil of the akhirat. It makes him forget about the akhirat. This is why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he accompanied Hazrat Muaz radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when he was sending him away, there was the last meeting. They knew that after this they were never going to meet again, and he was giving the last advices to Hazrat Muaz radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and he said, "Oh Muaz, I love you, and this advice I am giving you, إِيَّاكَ وَالتَّنَعُمْ, save yourself from the luxuries of the world. Save yourself from the luxuries of the world." These are the last words that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying to Hazrat Muaz radiallahu anhu, as bidding him farewell, knowing that they're never going to see them again. And the last words being said, save yourselves from the luxuries of this world. Because these luxuries of the world are what makes a person ghafil of the akhirat. And these people, إِنَّهُ كَانَ فِي أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا, the people who are described that they will receive the book of deeds in their left hand from behind their back, and they will be crying for death on the day of Qiyamah. These are those people who were ghafil. They stayed with their family members in the dunya, completely happy, completely chilling and relaxing, with no fear, no thought of anything to come in the future, no thought of any repercussions. This is why they ended up in the state they did. Lekin Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, Bala inna rabbahu kana bihi basira. Ke bala yani hargiz nahi. Yani wo jo sochte the, they believed that they won't have to return to their Rabb, they won't have to give account. Bala hargiz nahi. No way, this is not the case. Inna rabbahu kana bihi basira. Beshak unke Rabb, उनको देखने वाले हैं. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala उनको देखने वाले हैं. Their Rabb is always watching them. This word basira is mentioned here. Basira means it's the ism fa'il, yani it's the one who's watching. But it's the description of the person, and by using it in this term, it gives the meaning of mudawamat, of continuous, yani all the time watching. Not that Allah is watching just one thing, but yani from the moment a person is created to the moment that he is going to be resurrected and brought back in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again on the day of Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching. He's basira, he's alim and khabira. Allah is watching everything, Allah knows everything, Allah is has khabar of each and everything. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, that don't let the dunya make you ghafil like those people who will end up with this book of deed in their left hands. They will be the failures, the rejected ones on the day of Qiyamah. Don't be like them. Don't let the dunya let you become ghafil and forget about your akhirat. We are all doing some effort. Remember, it all comes back to this ayat that we did at the end of last week's tafsir. Innaka kadihun. This is the thing to remember. Every insan is making effort. Every single human being is striving. He's making effort in the dunya. But what is it that we are striving for? We have to all look in each and every one of us inside ourselves. What is it we are striving for? Are we striving to obtain those very luxuries of this dunya, which Allah is warning against, that these are the luxuries of the dunya that are going to make you ghafil for the akhirat? This is where insan is going these days. This is where what people are aspiring to, they're always talking about. How do we make wealth? How do we make money so we can live in luxury, we can live the lives of luxury that we see the celebrities and the people on social media, on the Instagrams, on the Snapchats, what they are doing, the life they are living. We want to live that life. Everyone is trying to chase this. Hanaki, this is the exact thing Rasulullah told Hazrat Mu'adh, stay away from this. Save yourself from this. And we also have to understand this. Do not strive towards trying to obtain the dunya. We need to strive for our akhirat. We need to strive to make sure we are pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while fulfilling all of our requirements of the dunya, fulfilling the needs of everyone in the dunya. طَلَبُ كَسْبِ الْحَلَالِ فَرِيضَةٌ بَعْدَ الْفَرِيضَةِ. To earn a halal livelihood, this is a fariza, this is a obligation after all of the other faraiz. This is something we have to do. It's a fariza upon us. We have to strive and make mehnat in the dunya, yes, to earn a halal livelihood. But earn a halal livelihood so that we can live our life, provide for our family members, but not to try and attain the luxuries of the dunya. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all the understanding of this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from the traps and the fitnas of this dunya. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us all from those who will receive the book of deeds in our right hand on the day of Qiyamah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all hisaban yasira and entry into Jannat. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم حاسبني حسابا يسيرا. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.